Coming up on this week's episode of Flash Talk, Kent State football head coach Mark Carney talks about his team's big homecoming win over UMass. Star kickoff returner Dionna Clark talks his performance in the homecoming victory. Dane Does is back yet again. This time it's Dane Does golf. And finally, we talk with Kent State women's basketball senior point guard Dionna about the upcoming season and her impact with Team Impact. All that and more coming up in a flash. Joined here on Flash Talk, as always, by Kent State head football coach Mark Carney. Coach, really appreciate you joining me. Congratulations on the homecoming win, a blowout win over UMass at that. Tell me, how much does it energize the team when Dionna Clark gets that opening kickoff and takes it 91 yards?
Yeah, that's a great start, hot start. I thought all three phases, offense, defense, kick, and game, we executed really, really well. Thought coaching staff came up with a great plan to allow ourselves an opportunity to have success, and then for the guys to go execute it the way they did was pretty special.
We already talked a little bit about Jordan Newman being back in the field. How did you guys work that 1-2 punch at the running back position so well with Jordan Newman and Gavin Garcia, who combined for over 100 yards on the ground?
Yeah, I think those two guys, veteran backs, getting Dusty Morrell back up front, allowed us to move Ashton into a more natural guard spot. Jackson Dunn's been playing a really high level. I thought the run game was really good, probably the best it had been all year from an efficiency standpoint, and that allows you to be creative in the way you can play action pass and manipulate the defense.
Not only have you guys been able to create some pressure the last couple of weeks, but your secondary coming up with a couple interceptions late. Yeah. Joel Bomo with one, Clinton Robinson, both their first picks of their career. How does that group continue to improve week in and week out?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought, again, coaching staff did an outstanding job cooking up some unique pressure paths, and it was the entire defensive staff, right? Coach Key, we've talked about him a bunch, but Coach Tierling, Coach Malk, Coach Tansky, Coach Snyder, those guys had that unit ready to roll, and we hit the quarterback and affected the way he saw the game. And that's important.
You had that fake punt that was really a turning point in the third quarter. You used two true freshman tight ends, Garrett Long, who took the snap, handed it off to Dionna Clark, who proceeded to throw it to Zaire Fletcher for his first career reception. Tell me the trust you have in two true freshman tight ends to pull off that type of turning point play in the game, and how much preparation went into that during the week.
Listen, we trust our players, right? Whether you're a senior like Jordan Newman or Gavin Garcia, who's played a bunch of ball here, or a young guy like Zai, like Garrett, like Nolan Good, guys are making plays, right? And when you empower them, when you trust them to go make that play, they've done a great job. Funny story though, Dane.
Okay.
I told Dionna Clark during the week, do not, under any circumstances, think about throwing that football to Zaire Fletcher. So I'm a really good coach. True story.
Do you have a feeling that maybe during the week that he was going
No, he made a play, right? He made a play that was there to make. We want to be creative with how and when we get that guy to touch the football. And Coach Conrad designed it, and it was like, all right, I love the design. If you throw that ball,
was Fletcher a decoy?
He was an option.
Okay,
he was an option. Let's just put it like that.
First MAC road game, a Toledo team that's had a couple of tough losses on the road, one at Western Michigan and the other at their rival Bowling Green. What are you expecting from a Rockets team, and as you guys look to win 2 in a row?
This is a program in Toledo, and Coach Candle's been there a while and done an amazing job, and continuing to build and grow that program. And they're going to be hungry, right? Anytime you get a result like that in a rivalry game is tough. This is going to be a motivated football team. We're a motivated football team, and we're excited for the challenge.
Drew DeShields had 4 touchdown passes, but you said earlier in your press conference this week that you didn't think this was Drew's best game. How much encouragement does that give you that Drew can throw for 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and you feel he can still play a lot better?
Yeah, tons. The sky's the limit for this guy. He'll tell you the same thing. He's as critical on himself as anybody, and he's going to continue to learn and grow, but missed some opportunities for practice. I'm sure that played a role in it, and getting back from his hamstring. And I'm encouraged by his growth and continued development, excited about the way he leads our football team.
A storyline with that win over UMass was that Kent State did get their first FBS win in some time. Does that feel like maybe a weight off some of the players' shoulders, or do you guys not really think about that?
It was great, right? Results are great. Again, we're not a result-oriented group. This group is a group that understands we play to a certain standard. End of the first half, we did not play to that standard. We corrected and rectified those issues in the second half, and look forward to building on that.
That's Kent State head football coach Mark Carney ahead of his team's road matchup at the Toledo Rockets. Coach, we always appreciate the time.
Appreciate it, Dane.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
Joined here on Flash Talk by Kent State wide receiver and star kickoff returner Darylis Clark. Darylis, really appreciate you joining me on Flash Talk. A couple kickoff returns for touchdowns this year. You lead the country in that stat. One against Merrimack, one against UMass this past weekend. Describe to me what was going through your head when you returned that kickoff this past weekend.
Well, off rip, the energy, as soon as I walked into the building that morning, I just felt it. I felt that something's coming. I knew something was coming. And it just happened to be the kickoff return that day. He kicked that ball off. I seen it was short. And I was like, I'm about to take it to the crib. I'm about to go straight to the crib. Caught it. Seen Jose Kimbrough get the lead block. And I took it from there.
Yeah, and take me through also that kickoff return for a touchdown against Merrimack. Obviously, that was huge. It was the game winner. You guys were down.
The difference between the Merrimack kickoff and the UMass kickoff is Merrimack was flying down the field. They act like they wanted to make a play. We came with our match return to the right. I'm like, man, I'm about to make a play. I'm a playmaker. I'm about to make a play. I got the ball. I seen the hole, broke a couple of tackles, and just took off and went to the crib. That's how that's supposed to be, like every single time I touch the ball.
And take me through the balance of your preparation, kind of reading through that with your special teams coordinator, CJ Conrad, and when you kind of know, all right, I need to turn on the jets here. This is where I should burst.
Whenever we need a spark on any point during the game, whether it be the beginning of the game or the end of the game, I just know it's time to go. He lets me know, like, take this out. You got it. You can go make a play. You're a playmaker. So whenever I get the chance, it's every chance that I get.
Darylis, you played at the D3 level with Defiance, Butler Community College. Did you envision yourself 1 or 2 years ago at the Division I FBS level making the type of impact you are now?
Well, to start off, when I was at the Division III level, before I even went to the Division III level, I wasn't planning on playing college football. I had some people talk my head up. And so when I got to the Division III level and I dominated on that level, then I realized I can take it much further. So I decided to transfer JUCO, and I took a chance on myself. Went out to Butler Community College in El Dorado, Kansas. Redshirted a year, developed a little bit. After that, I played, and obviously it's the same impact here. At Butler Community College, I was All-American kick returner. It's translating at every division.
You had that kickoff return against UMass. It's getting retweeted by Bleacher Report, Sports Center, and a lot of people love the name Darylis. So what has it been like getting that publicity on social media?
It's definitely a confidence booster, man, knowing that people are looking at me and expecting me to make plays every week. Well, it's feeling good. I'm just trying to get my name out there, let the NFL scouts know that I'm a playmaker I've been a playmaker on every division, every level. For the little kids back at home, whether it be the youth sports, the middle schoolers, the high schoolers, I know they have somebody to look up to. So when they see something go across their Instagram page and it's Darylis and he's from Lima, I feel like it gives them a little inspiration that they can do it too.
There's so many different guys you use in that wide receiver group. So how tight-knit is that group, and what has it been like working with them?
Well, we're super tight, man. We're all like brothers. Everybody in that room can make a play, whether it be a short pass, deep pass. Everybody's in that room is shifty. We got a couple of big guys, Sebastian Brown, Ardell Banks. You throw the ball up to them, I know they're going to go make a play. JJ Etheridge, we got Wayne Harris. Guys are both playmakers. JJ's probably going to get a good game this week. We got Wayne Harris, like I said, he's our slot, real shifty. Cade Wolford, he's a playmaker. And I feel like he was leading the country at one point. I feel like he's going to get back on that track this week. Deshaun Martin, he just made a big play. I don't know if you guys noticed that touchdown that he had was one-handed. That was wild. So everybody in that room, they can make a play. And, whether it be doing stuff inside of football or outside of football, man, we're real tight.
Describe to me the positive energy and the belief you guys have right now in Coach Carney and this coaching staff, especially coming off a big win like that.
From the get-go, Coach Carney has flipped the whole entire program as I feel it. I think everybody sees it that way. He's doing everything, all the workouts with us. We do Zen stretching. He's doing that with us as well. So it's like getting us closer to him, and everybody else on the football team is getting closer to him. He brings a lot of energy to the team, and he makes it fair. He makes it that everybody gets a chance. We played so many freshmen this year, whether it be special teams, offensively, or defense. Coach Carney just makes it so that you love the game of football.
Describe to me, do you plan any touchdown celebrations maybe before the week when you get into the end zone, or a lot of players sometimes say they black out?
For sure. I'm blacked out like the whole entire time until I get to the end zone. I definitely plan to do a celebration before, but it's just like the energy and the atmosphere, I just kind of lose it. And it's like, okay, I don't got a celebration. I feel like if I try to do a celebration, it's going to kind of look goofy. So I just tell them like this week, I just point at the ground. This is my house and I do this.
DeRealis Clark, DeRealis, we really appreciate the time.
Appreciate the invite.
Coming up this week in Kent State Athletics, brought to you by KSU Dix. Kent State Volleyball travels to Oxford, Ohio for a doubleheader at Miami. Soccer is at Central Michigan on Thursday night for a 7 p.m. kick. On Friday, Kent State Field Hockey is back at Murphy Millis Field for a 2 p.m. start against Ohio, while cross country takes part in the Falcon Invite at Bowling Green. On Saturday, Kent State football is back in action at the Glass Bowl against the Toledo Rockets. And finally, on Sunday, field hockey travels to Central Michigan for a 1 p.m. start, and soccer continues their road trip at Western Michigan starting at 1 p.m. As always, you can buy your tickets at ksutix.com. If you want more info on your favorite Flashes teams, visit kentstatesports.com or go to the Go Flashes app. We'll be back with more right after this.
For every just one more mile to your next ace on the court, when you have a sports-related injury, Cleveland Clinic is here. For our Cavaliers, our Guardians, and athletes at all levels, our sports medicine team helps keep you in the game. With expert diagnosis, personalized sports therapies, and game-changing surgeries. For every injury, for every athlete, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic.
When it comes to reaching your goals, having the right support can make all the difference. That's why we trust Green Lending, Kent State Athletics' exclusive mortgage partner, to help you achieve your home ownership dreams.
Just like on the court, everyone has a role to play. With the right teammates, any dream is possible. Green Lending is here to be that support to help you make those big moves in life.
Visit greenlending.com and let Green Lending help turn your dreams into reality.
Green Lending, helping Golden Flashes achieve their biggest dreams on and off the court.
Welcome into another edition of Dane Does. This time it's Dane Does Golf. I'm here with the Kent State women's golf team. They're going to show me what a practice is like for them. We're going to do some stretches. Going to putt right out here. Also going to shoot some irons, maybe even do a drive. You guys ready to go?
Ready.
What do you guys do to warm up for a practice?
So I just usually start off with the basic stuff that I already did, like child's pose and like cat and camels, whatever. And then we do 90-90s a lot. So it's very basic. You just lean this way and then you lean this way. Just do that a bunch of times.
Now, is there any specific thing in your routine that you go with that may be a little bit unique from other golfers?
I actually do dynamic warm-ups, and most people do more static things. So this is the start, it's more static, but then I do a bunch of lunges, and then like I do activations, and the Czech Golf Federation, that's what we get taught. So I kind of went with it and I'm used to it.
Aaron, you're going to take us through a little bit of a putting drill that you guys call the gauntlet. So take us through this.
Yeah, the gauntlet is every one of our players has a 4-foot putt, and it takes every single one of them to make it for us to move on to the next. So we'll have 9 putts total, and yeah, so you don't miss, Dave.
Okay. Their assistant coach Manuela, she's going to give me tips as I move along.
The ladies normally like read the line, but pretty straight putt. We got 5 in. We got 6. Everybody made it, so let's go.
There we go. 1 for 1. Now, what are some of the things that you try and tell your golfers to remember when they're putting or putting in a big spot, whether it's to stay off a double bogey or putt for a birdie or putt for an eagle?
The goal is to keep your mind stable the whole time, right? Like, you don't need to change the way you think. You just have to try to make every single one you have in front of you. So right now we're working on 4-footers. These ones are the ones that determine our score a little bit. So we need to make all of them.
It's up to Dane if we move or not.
All right,
gosh.
up to Dane if we move or not.
Oh,
No
to the
worries,
left.
reset. We do it again.
Dane.
I think the frustration might be coming out soon.
There you go, let's go. We got 1,
Took a little bit.
2, we got 7, 8, road 9.
Let's go.
Now, would you say putting is the most nerve-wracking part of the game?
I mean, it defines your score, right? Like, it's the end of the scoring zone, right? Like, whether you make or miss, it's one more shot, so.
Separates the good from the great?
I would say so. There you go, 3 in a row for him.
3 in a row.
He's on fire. There
Way
we
to go.
go.
Let's go. Let's move.
Let's go, ladies. And Dane.
Up to Dane.
Up to Dane. Ooh,
Oh,
reset.
do it over.
Just more practice.
Yeah, trying to get them ready for their next tournament.
We appreciate you helping us out, Dane.
Of course.
Let's lock in. We're going to go to the back of the range.
And weight's on this foot, and you're just gonna take that triangle that you've made right there, go back and forth and kind of brush the ground like that.
A little rough. We're aiming for the blue flag.
Aiming for the blue flag.
The rough is pretty thick, so don't quit on it because it'll hold your club up.
Oh,
You definitely got all
he
of
didn't
that.
quit on it. He got
No.
all of that one. Home run.
All right, beautiful.
What's the biggest thing that you're trying to remember when you are swinging with your wedge?
It depends on that because there are so many hundreds, thousands of different types of wedge shots you can hit. Very much about feel, I think. Like, you get over a shot and you generally like try and recall an old shot you've played or another shot you've played, and obviously a lot of time around the screen, like, because there's so many different types of shots you can hit. But I think feel is like the biggest part of it, really.
A little bit lighter this time, I think.
A little bit lighter.
Okay.
It's all right. You got it out.
Oh,
They got a good one for you. You got good partners.
definitely made that.
We made that one.
Way to go, Dane.
Yeah, single putt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's on.
No, that's fine. Cameras are off.
We're fine. This team is a top 25 team so far this season. So what has led to this success? I know there's a lot of returners, but you guys are off to a fantastic start this fall.
Yeah, well, we have a really good team.
Yeah.
We have talented young ladies, and they work really hard and get along great and push each other.
Makes your job easy, doesn't
It
it?
makes it very easy.
How frustrating can this game be, and how do you try and ground yourselves?
It's like sometimes it's really hard to bounce back from a hole, but I think the biggest thing I think it's easier when you play for a team because you have one hole and you just got to think, like, you know, that's not the end of the day. Like, there's so much more golf left, there's so many more shots left, and if you can, you know, par the next hole and you just give yourself some more momentum, like, just playing for the team really helps, I think.
I don't think people realize it's the top 25 team in the country. They're really good. All right, that'll do it for Dane Does Golf. Remember, this Kent State women's golf team, 26 consecutive Mid-American Conference championships, an unmatched amount of excellence. If anything, golf is a really hard sport, guys. I appreciate you teaching me today, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Just ride one time for your mind.
I think you can do so much from traveling the world. So many people just stay in the box that we live in.
The study abroad program at Kent State made it clear what path I should be taking.
Experiencing the different classes to experiencing the art and the buildings and the culture. I'm just hoping to take back everything I've learned and be able to apply it into whatever I do in the future.
Kent State has basically helped to set up the vision for the career that I want to be able to go through.
Joined here on Flash Talk by Kent State senior point guard Dionna Gray. Dionna, really appreciate you joining me on the show. You're wearing the Team Impact shirt, so Tell me a little bit about the Team Impact Initiative and what that means to you.
Yeah, so this Sunday, October 19th, we'll be hosting a all-in fun day for Team Impact. All proceeds will go to Team Impact to allow more kids to get the same opportunity as we once had with our kid.
Can you take us into a little bit more on that event?
From 3 to 4, we'll be hosting an event at Dix Stadium. What it'll be is fun and games, food, lots of athletes. So come out and meet your favorite Kent State athletes. And then if you can't make it from 3 to 4 that morning, there'll also be a 10 to 2 big wash car wash that is on Water Street. So stop by and get your car cleaned as well. All proceeds go to Team Impact.
And I know you've been telling this story a handful of times, but tell me about the story of someone who was on your Team Impact team, specifically with women's basketball, Casey.
Yeah, Casey was amazing. She brought a light to us every single time we saw her. Extremely uppity. Her and her family are amazing. They were super sweet people, and we still continue to hang out with them and her family. So they just meant a lot to us.
And you were a part of the championship team a couple of years ago, and Casey did get to be a part of that celebration. So when you think back on those memories, how cool was it for her to be able to cherish that moment and you guys to be there with her?
It was everything. Her mom thanked us so many times how much we impacted her, but not only were we impacting her, she was the biggest impact to us as well. So it was just really, really important for us as a team to realize how we can benefit her in her life and then take from them as well.
Your whole team, obviously, this is very impactful, no pun intended, with Team Impact. But why did you feel like you needed to sort of take the lead in the women's basketball front with Team Impact?
Yeah, I just felt that deep connection with both Casey and her mom. And her mom told me how important I was to Casey. So I wanted to make sure I made her feel as special as she could. She was a really special girl and she needed that in her life. Yeah. So for her to give as much light as I was able to give her was really important for me, and just continue to be who I am. Like it took no effort to be sweet and nice to them and make that connection. So I'm just very thankful that her family allowed us to become so close with her.
You talk about the challenges that some of these kids deal with, and also being a Division I athlete is tough, but how much perspective did being a part of Team Impact truly give you?
So much. I know practice is tough, but I think back, like, she's having to go to treatment. Like, me having to go into practice is absolutely nothing. Like, her having to go to chemo versus me having to go to practice, like, I can get through it. I'm strong enough. If I can see this 10-year-old girl fighting for her life, I can continue to fight for what's important for myself as well. It's completely grounded me. We often get lost in the sauce where it gets hard. It's a lot. It's hard to get up every day and do what we do. So to compare it to what those kids have to do is absolutely nothing. So just being able to see real life challenges has been extremely important for both me and my team.
We'll touch a little bit on the season. I know Team Impact means a lot to you. One of the positives coming back with Kent State women's basketball this year, someone who you're very close to, Corinne Hauser, she's back on the floor after coming back from that torn ACL a couple of years ago. What has it been like playing with her again?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to be able to play on the court together. I know we play the same position, but we've really been able to play well off each other. So I think everybody will get to see both of us on the court, which will be really exciting. We play really well off each other, so it'll be fun to see what we can accomplish this year together.
Something that has stood out off the floor the last couple of years with this Kent State women's basketball team is how tight-knit and close together you guys are. Can you describe to me that environment?
Yeah, it means everything. Even on those days when we're not doing so well, it's good to have everybody having your back. You can lean on anyone on the team, and I think that's really important for any team to be successful. So for us to be able to lean on each other every single day is so important for us.
What excites you about your senior year, number one, and just the outlook of this year's team?
Yeah, I want to take advantage of my last opportunity to do so. So hopefully we can go back to that MAC tournament and come out with a championship. Coach Starkey's always telling us to play for our seniors, and this year I happen to be that senior, so I hope we can continue to fight for us and win another MAC championship.
Now, my last question is a little bit of a personal one. You guys get to go on the road in the non-conference to your home state of West Virginia. So how cool is that going to be for you?
Yeah, I'm super excited. My family's super excited as well, and that's actually the same court my dad played on. So my dad's a Marshall graduate. I don't know what year, a long time ago, but I'm really excited to just be able to play in front of all my family and friends and have both sides of the floor supporting me. So I'm super excited.
Dionna, we really appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me, Dane.
That'll do it for this week's episode of Flash Talk. Make sure you tune in next week. We will preview Kent State football's home matchup against the Bowling Green Falcons. For our entire GFTV studio, Ethan Lachinsky, Justin Spots, I'm Dane Richardson saying good night and go Flashes.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
Looking to revamp your home? Let Fair Painters, owned by Kent State football legend Brian Winters, tackle the job. From flawless interior painting to precise drywall repair and stunning cabinet refinishing, we've got you covered. Our local team in Streetsboro ensures top quality craftsmanship, fast service, and a 10% discount for veterans. Make your home look its best with the pros you can trust. Visit fairpainters.com or call 888-602-3247 for your free estimate today. Fair Painters, where fair meets quality.